Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams, and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit to you. Thank you, Divine. Ashe. Alright, I don't know if the camera picked it up, but I was trying to get the lighter to light. I had to try a couple times. So immediately I heard that Aaliyah song, "You can dust it off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. If at first you don't succeed." So if there's something that you feel like you're unsuccessful at it the first time you do it, don't stop. Don't stop. Okay? If it's not meant for you, then Spirit will bring that through. 111 on the timer. Let Spirit confirm that it's not for you. But I'm getting that there's something that someone was trying to do and then they convinced themselves like, oh, it's just not meant to be. That's not always the case. That's not always the case. If you feel like it's not meant to be, then connect with Spirit and ask, is this meant for me to do? Okay? Otherwise, try again. You can dust it off and try again, okay? Yes. That's what builds strength. And you're very, very strong. I'm hearing you're strong of heart, strong of mind, and strong of body. That may be something that you're nurturing right now is your physical strength, okay? But I'm hearing with the strength of your heart, there are things that you've made it through that a lot of people have not. They haven't been able to. And so I am personally grateful for your perseverance because it nurtures the strength of the divine collective. It does. It does. When you nurture your own strength, it makes the collective stronger. And it helps guide us all towards our awareness. Ashe, you're doing big things. What's coming through is the quote-unquote little things that you do are actually big things. You might be hard on yourself and tell yourself that what you've done, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really add up to anything. That is so untrue. Divine says, I wish you could see yourself through my eyes. Let me repeat that. Divine says, I wish you could see yourself through my eyes. If you could, you would instantly fall in love with yourself. Ooh, 3:33 on the timer. Okay. Okay, I got goosebumps, y'all. Let me let that, got chills. Okay, Ashe. You've got, this is card, well, I would say 9, it's 27, but that is 9, 2, and 7. You've got walking away, which 9 makes sense because that's an ending. 9s are endings and can be beginnings as well, okay? And then you've got first chakra, root chakra, which, that's why I've got this scarf on for the root chakra. There's something that you walked away from that is allowing your root chakra to be healed. We're in the 4th minute. This is about your protection. This is also Archangel Michael coming through saying, whatever choice it is that you made to walk away from something, you know what it is. You did yourself the biggest favor. I'm hearing that song. I'm the biggest bird, I'm the biggest bird. You know, that silly song that was out. But it's like, that's the vibe. It's like, you're the biggest bird. Like, you are. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm like, you know, trying to make your head big, but it's like you're a spiritual hotshot. You are flexing your spiritual muscles, and that's exactly what you did when you walked away from whatever this thing or this person is you were flexing your spiritual muscles. You were working out spiritually. You were working out. It gave you a spiritual workout, because I'm hearing and seeing and feeling that it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And okay, I'll put that out. I wish I had kept the other card, but if I see it again, I'll keep it out. But in the picture, she was like walking away, but she was looking back. Okay, this may be relevant. Like, maybe you decided to walk away, but then you were like, no, I'm not going to. Like, you went back and forth a lot of times. You were like, I'm gonna walk away, I'm not gonna walk away, I'm gonna walk away. And so it took you some time. It was a process. Divine says that this process of walking away, it took time. Yeah, it's like you were walking away, but you looked back a couple of times. Divine says that's okay. You did it. You did it. Yeah, that's that dust it off and try again. What I'm getting is that some of you may have chosen to leave a situation, but you went back. Okay? Maybe you went back because you were doubting your choice. Blossoming abundance and healer of the ages. So your abundance is growing, and whatever choices it is that you have made recently, it's nurturing your abundance. So there's no need to doubt what you have done. Even the choices that you made a long time ago, it led you to where you are now. I'm really getting a vibe of please don't doubt yourself. That's what's coming through really strong. This is abundance that you're building because it's card 3. Okay? It may be something that you're doing individually, but with that 3 being there, it could also be something that you're building with someone else through collaboration. Or this could be like past, present, future. You, God, and Goddess. You know, I see that as well. Healer of the ages, I'm getting Christ consciousness energy. I'm also getting that you are in alignment with your spiritual path. Your hands, because I'm seeing, I know that the torches are actually behind him, but there is energy coming from his hands. Your hands have magic. Your hands, If you do Reiki or pranic healing, let me just tell you, off the charts. And it's because you are so tuned in to the spirit realm that like other beings, and it's not that it's a competition, of course, but just to understand your power. Other beings can deliver the amount of energy that you deliver, but it takes them a very long time to build up to that. As you increase your spiritual strength, and that's just something that you do with you and spirit. It's not something that you literally have to do there with your hands, but as you continue on your spiritual journey, you're going to find that energy flows through you very quickly. 9/11 on the timer. You might find that like you can cry very quickly, very easily. So you may have been like into performing, like theater, or you might be musical. I'm getting that you might be musical, or you're good with poetry, you're good with words and art. Okay, art, your artistry is beautiful. But emotion flows through you in such a pure way. Your emotional connection, it helps you to connect with the energy of your heart chakra, which is where Christ consciousness resides. So you're like pure light. when you're channeling energy through your hands. You receive the divine energy and then you share it. You radiate it. It's very magical, very powerful. And you're going to notice that this increases over time. Okay. I want to get more on this. What you walked away from. I was guided prior to the reading to use these. So, okay. All right. We have a child. A child here. There could be a child involved. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being regarding what they walked away from? They don't mind betraying you. There's somebody here who didn't mind betraying you. Okay? Who didn't mind betraying you. For some of you, this could be a child. Now, this is sort of like my disclaimer and my feeling about being a parent and dealing with children, okay? In my world, children are a blessing, all right? And anytime that we have to separate ourselves from a child, it can be very difficult. It can be a very difficult choice or decision to have to make to do that. I always support a parent doing everything that they can for a child when they are a child. From day one till 18 years of age, I believe in responsible parenting, okay? But I'm getting here that there may have been a situation with a child where there was something that you had to walk away from. There's something that you had to walk away from. Coworker. A coworker could have been involved. You know what I just got? There could have been a coworker who was meddling in your business. Now this could be a coworker, this could be a friend, a neighbor, an ex, but someone who was in your realm, who was meddling in your affairs as a parent. They could have tried to put a wedge between you and your child. They could have a very passionate attraction to you, and they wanted to manipulate you with the energy of your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted to manipulate you, so they used your relationship with your child as like collateral, either to blackmail you or to manipulate you somehow. What else, Spirit? Try a little tenderness. I'm getting that they may have you know what I'm seeing is manipulation of the child's relationship with you. There's somebody here who manipulated the way that a child sees you. So they may have convinced the child that you were doing certain things or that you had certain negative intentions that you don't. It's not true. They spoke all kinds of lies about you. There could be a Gemini involved here. Okay? There could be a Gemini involved here. This is also very talkative social energy. Very talkative. So I'm getting the vibe of someone using their words to change a situation. You know, some people do that through action. Some people do that through mental energy, okay? They're tapped in like that. But some people control a situation with their words. That's what happened here. You have a powerful divine gift. 1515 on the timer. Somebody doesn't want you to realize that. This is devil energy coming through with 1515 on the timer as I pulled that card. You have a powerful divine gift. Also, what I'm getting is that this child is a gift, but the relationship has been manipulated by someone who does not want you to enjoy the gift of this child. Divine, tell me more about this this quote-unquote coworker who could be someone else. Ice King, there's a King of Swords here who wants to manipulate someone. Now remember, Ice King, that's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so that could be the Gemini. But they want to control a situation through some sort of communication that they are completely obsessed with. Oh, and they have been using magic. Or we'll say energy. Doesn't have to be voodoo, but it is voodoo. It doesn't have to be voodoo, and it doesn't have to be hoodoo or anything else. It can be whatever kind of rituals they use. It could be, oh, you know what was coming through to me earlier was word magic. I mean, that's a thing. Some people program words and they use words as spells, okay? It's actually a very common type of magic, but I'm getting that the way that this person uses it is very intentional. And so even in their conversation, they could just be talking to you in what seems like a conversation that you might be like, oh, yeah, because I don't feel like you want to deal with this person, you know? Feels like they've got that pain in the ass type energy. And so they're constantly bringing you back into the conversation. It could just be about rent or about mortgage or about a bill or about something that needs to be paid for the child or whatever. But they keep reeling you back in. And they try to wear you down, okay? I'm going to say this person because I don't want to speak words over you, okay? They try to wear this person down, this Ice King. It's coming through as Gemini energy, could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or that's just the energy that they embody. I'm getting that at the very least. They're very talkative and they use their words as spells. Gemini energy. I love Geminis though, okay? So it's just what's coming through in this reading, okay? But they try to tire the person out in their conversation. The person wants to leave the conversation. They're done. They're like, oh, please get out of my space. But we need to talk about this and da-da-da-da. They won't let the person get away. And all the while they're speaking spells over the person to cause destruction. What is it related to this child that is a problem? How is this child being, how is this child and their energy being manipulated? Okay, there is energetic manipulation of a child. Now see, this makes me mad. Purify my energy, spirit. Thank you. Ashe. This is a person who is using spell work to infiltrate the energy of a child. So I can already tell you right now, this person who's using these spells to try to manipulate and bring bondage, put a person in bondage, they are extremely insecure. They have no morals. And they have no moral compass. They have no idea of what is in alignment with spiritual law and what is not. Because to use, abuse, or misguide the energy of a child in any way, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, leads to energetic death of the person who tries to come with that destruction. Now, if the child is protected, if you know, the energy is aligned, cleansed, and purified, then the child will be fine. But I'm talking now about the karma of this person who's trying to manipulate the energy of this child. They are reaping. And you see what came out, because I wanted to say they are sowing seeds of death and destruction. But this person's karma is already here. Their karma is already here for doing this. Because what flowed from my mouth was that they are reaping death and destruction. The same death and destruction that they were trying to achieve and accomplish through the energy of a child. What else, Spirit? What do we need to know about this situation? Okay. Okay. This person is trying to manifest a relationship. 2131 on the timer. They're trying to manifest a relationship by manipulating the energy of a child. Well, I can tell them right now, whoever this karmic is, that's why they're not successfully manifesting the relationship, is because they're doing it the wrong way. In their mind, they might see this path as the way, but it is not. If someone cannot manifest a relationship by simply being who they are and radiating their energy to attract the partner that is right for them, then they have no business trying to be with somebody. This person has utilized a flying monkey who potentially is in the military or has been in the military. I'm not getting, with this, the card says high honor. But I'm getting that if this person is in high honor, then this person is using flying monkeys to try to manipulate this person as well. But I'm seeing it in a different way as well, that they are also using the energy of a flying monkey who has been involved in the military at some point in time. Okay, so it's different for whoever, however it resonates with you. For some of you, this person is using the energy of a person who has been in the military to try to manipulate and control the situation. And for others of you, they are using flying monkeys, other people. What I just heard was they're trying to create a flying monkey out of the child in order to manipulate someone who is in high honor. Okay. So this person wants a child to be their flying monkey. Well, that happens a lot. It does. It happens far too often. When people feel like their control over a situation, over a relationship, over a divorce, over a marriage or whatever is slipping, they'll look at everything that they have access to. And unfortunately, in this case, a being has access to a divine child. And they're using spell work to make them their flying monkey, to manipulate somebody who's in high honor. And you know what? That's why it's not going to work. I can see right now, 2424. All of this stuff is nonsense. Whatever it is that this person is doing, it's nonsense and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Divine, what is this person's plan? What is it that they're trying to go after? Like, what's their goal? Because I can see they're going about everything the wrong way. Okay, we have a Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Swords could be a King of Swords. The King of Swords could be a Queen of Swords. But there could be a Queen of Swords and a King of Swords here. That could be the couple. Could be. Okay? A Queen of Swords and a King of Swords. They're from two different decks, so they look very different, but the energy is very similar, okay? Okay. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. So the Queen of Swords, it seems as though this person is dealing with a divorce or some sort of legal issue here with justice. Okay? And they are worn out. Okay? With the Ten of Swords. They're feeling done. Like cooked. This is not what they want, because you know what? What they want is a passionate attraction. But when you try to get a passionate attraction with spell work and destructive practices and working with the energy or taking advantage of the innocent energy of children, this is where it gets a person who does that. That's where they end up. There's some sort of truth that's being revealed with the Ace of Swords. And also protection, because this is Archangel Michael's energy, which came through. Did it not? Archangel Michael and his sword coming through with truth. So there's some sort of truth that has been spoken, and it has led this person into a state of, well, I don't know. Am I doing it right? Now I'm wondering. No, you're not. Whoever this is who is doing this work, they are not doing it right, and they should be hella confused. So this Two of Swords is right on point. Whoever this is that is speaking the truth is the Star. And they're exposing things. This could be you. You might be speaking truth about something that is shedding light on the demonic intentions, the low vibe, evil, nefarious intentions that someone has towards either a community or towards you, okay? They could have been directing this energy towards you as well, or towards a child, because there's a child in this person's life that they have been using in an evil way to get their way. And that's just something you don't do. As a grown adult, you don't use the energy of a child to manipulate them. And if you do, you're wrong for it. So there's light that's being shed on this. Truth is being exposed. But whatever exposure is coming out, and also the energy of this star, this is what this Queen of Swords or King of Swords, whichever one it is, who is doing this evil work, they want this exposure to be denied with the Four of Cups. They want to turn away from it. They want to do away with it. If they could, they probably, whoever it is that's speaking this truth, what's their, well, let's look. What are their intentions towards whoever is speaking this truth and revealing the way that this person is directing energy towards a child? What is this Queen of Swords or King of Swords intentions? Yelling, I'm mad at you. I'm unhappy and I want you to feel as badly as I do. Mwah. They're ready to throw a temper tantrum. Like a child. They're ready to throw a temper tantrum. How else do they feel about this star energy? Past. I still haven't gotten over what occurred in the past. They might never get over it. What else, Spirit? Revenge. Oh, they want revenge. I'm looking to damage you in retaliation for perceived wrongs. Oh, but you know what? The truth is the truth, and the truth hurts. What is it in that song? Lemons with Pharrell and Rihanna. He says, the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. And it's so true. It's so true. It really will set you free. And once you let it set you free, it doesn't hurt so much anymore. But first it will piss you off. So this person is clearly pissed because they have seen their truth unearthed. See, it's okay when it's buried and it's quiet and it's private. But see, what's coming through is that this person, however it was that they entered your realm, they did it in a way that exposed themselves. Because see, if you don't mess with the chosen have no reason to mess with you. If you don't do anything evil or nefarious, then the chosen have no reason to come after you. So they want revenge, honesty. I will be truthful and transparent in all interactions, even when it may be difficult. That's what they need to do. That's what their soul is calling them to do, is to be honest with themselves and to look at themselves clearly in the mirror. Divine, what is it that this person did to enter the realm of this star, to even get on the board of a chosen one who is exposing truth? What is it that they did? Something dealing with the King of Cups. Water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Something dealing with romance. Something dealing with love. Let me get a new deck because I've already used a lot of cards from that one, so I'm going to give influence. They had a negative influence on somebody. They wanted to influence a situation. Clearly, when you start doing magic on a child, anything other than a blessing for protection and abundance over a child, it shouldn't be done. Healing, protection, abundance, if you're doing anything like that over a child that aligns with divinity, beautiful, beautiful. But manipulation, what did they do to get into the star's energy to be exposed, Divine? Seven of Swords. Lies, betrayal, deceit. Oh, what's behind here? Oh, Five of Pentacles. Trying to bring isolation, 3333, with a group, nonetheless. Trying to bring isolation, poverty, bad health, trickery, and deceit regarding a King of Cups. Maybe this was the person that they were invested in and wanted to do all this for, wanted a passionate attraction with, but grabbing for straws, now we're doing spells on children. Okay. Well, that's going to be exposed too. That's going to be exposed too. Because it's too much destruction. I'm hearing sit down, be humble. Sit down. Now what I'm getting is that this person could think that you're arrogant if you're speaking about this truth. But you know why they think that? Because somehow we have the King of Cups here twice. Now you could be the King of Cups. You could be this water sign or someone with water energy highly aspected in their chart. Okay? You're blessed in love. You're blessed in love. And so you know what? When people see your blessings and they see that you have something that they desperately want, they call you arrogant. Or some other word that's negative. Why can't you just be gifted? What was that? It was one of those messages that came out that you have a beautiful divine gift. Yeah, right here. You have a powerful divine gift. But they see you as arrogant. The two don't add up. You have a powerful divine gift. You are aligned with divinity. And you are the star. You are manifesting abundance, blossoming abundance. Where's the arrogance? I don't see any. Beautiful being, you look real good to me. Your energy looks beautiful, but I can also see why they would want to call you arrogant, because they don't want to admit and hold themselves accountable for their destructive ways. So it's easier just to call you arrogant. It's easier just to say that you're out of line, out of pocket, when this person clearly made the choice to enter your world with their wicked, destructive ways. That's what they did. And so now that the sun is being, is exposing all of their destructive ways, and their destructive ways are no longer buried and hidden, now you're arrogant. That sounds like a cop-out to me. That sounds like blame shifting. Okay. Yeah. You're very connected. You're highly intuitive. Tapped in. And you have the ability to attract love, beautiful things into your world. Let's see what this says. Unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, connection. And even if that's not something that you have manifested or something that you even want right now, they see that you could have it if you wanted it, and that makes them mad. This Queen of Swords or King of Swords, whoever it is, male, female, non-binary, they are pissed that this is what you have access to in your realm. I'm going to start with this one. Thank you, Spirit. What more do we need to know about this situation? And you know what? It's a messy situation because look at my table. Even when I taught, I had a messy desk, but I could teach though. So it doesn't bother me, but that's a sign. Like, this person feels like they have created such a mess, and their easiest way out is to blame other people. What else do we need to know about this situation with the child, Divine? Loneliness. They could have done spell work to isolate a child. Huh. If this is your child that they spoke against, you know what I'm getting? Your child is so loved. Your child is so loved. Now, this could be their own child that they've been working against, but what really is coming through is that this person has worked against so many people in order to get whatever it is that they want. Whatever it is they thought they wanted. Because they don't even, 3939, they don't even know what they want at this point. They've carried their spell work into so many different directions. It's very confused. Their spell work is very confused. So they may have done spell work in order to isolate a child. Look, that came through also with the Five of Pentacles. And the Seven of Swords, that's the energy that they've been sending out to people. So guess what? I don't know if this person understands karma, but what you put out is what you receive. So that's what they're going to receive. That's what they're already receiving. Okay, so they wanted a child lonely. So this person is going to feel very, very lonely. They use strategy to do this, to work against a child. To cause a child to withdraw. Oh, to have an accident. This is what they wanted for a child, mind you. It could have been their own child. It could have been a divine being's child. But this is what they wanted. (4111) on the timer. This is the information. And there will be no mercy on this being's soul for doing this. None at all. This person needs to understand whether they did this to protect their pockets or their heart. It doesn't fucking matter. They cursed themselves, 4141 on the timer, the moment they ever thought it was okay to speak or act against the energy of a child for their own personal gain. That is the laziest, most nefarious shit I have ever come across on my board. The beautiful thing is that you have persevered, and I'm getting that the energy of this child is that of perseverance. They cannot touch this beautiful being, okay? Not you or this child. They have tried. This Queen of Swords, this King of Swords, they have tried. But no weapon formed against this child will prosper. I see this child, 4242 on the timer, choosing to love who they are, choosing to be proud of who they are. And see that? They're surrounded by flowers. I had said that this person is loved. They are surrounded by love. Roses are in alignment with the highest frequency there is, love, and they're surrounded by it. Now, a message came through to me earlier today in meditation, so I'm so grateful that I kept it here. If this is your child who has been, they've done work against them, okay? Or even if this is a child that you know and you want to speak blessings and protection over them, if you want to do that, okay? Anytime someone speaks negative energy or sends spell work against you, all you have to do to break that spell is you say, I revoke every agreement made against my favor. Ashe, so must it be, on all dimensions, across all timelines, realms, and realities. Ashe. You know, I like to do it like that. But you can also say, I revoke every agreement made against the favor of my child. I revoke every agreement made against the favor of my household, my marriage, my family, my relationship, my business. And say the name of your business. The street that I live on. Whatever it is that you want to bless the energy of and protect the energy of, you can do that. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. In case I don't get to share it in the community tab, I would like to, but I wanted to put that out there. Listen, you are protected. You are so divinely protected. And I have never, ever, you know, that's why I taught for 17 years. Children and animals are very precious to me. And I don't like when people work against them. And I have known, unfortunately, I have known people who work against both. And I have also seen their karma take shape. And it is hideous. It is hideous. None of us is perfect. None of us who are parents, none of us are perfect. None of us. We're human. We're spirits, but we're also human, right? We're in this human body. And sometimes we make a poor choice, right? But we try again. We dust ourselves off and we try again to succeed. We don't give up and say, oh, to hell with it. I'm going to use these children or whoever as my pawns and speak whatever I want to against them so that I can get what I want. Anybody who works against a child, a community, a family, a relationship, they have cursed themselves with their destructive ways. And so whatever it was that they were intending to build or to preserve or to protect, that's done. The minute they speak against someone else in order to destroy them. And this is a person who is trying to bring destruction for such selfish purposes. You know, it's like when somebody attacks you and you get mad and you speak against them, like that's not necessarily right either, but there's some righteous anger in there, you know what I'm saying? But we have to watch that as well. But this is a person who strategizes in such an evil way to bring poverty and deceit and trickery, not only to adults but to children too. Divine, what guidance is needed moving forward? Awakening. This person's evil deeds are leading them to an awakening. That's why the truth has hit them upside their head. That Ace of Swords. Archangel Michael even came through in this reading. And you know what? With that Archangel Michael card, that's the root chakra. That's where this person is going to feel it, is in their root chakra. They will not be able to rest. They will not be able to be at peace of any kind. They will have no sense of security until they make their deeds right. Until they acknowledge what they have done and they correct their ways. Archangel Michael is speaking right here saying that's where they're going to feel it. Right there in their root chakra. So they've been trying to protect their pockets. They're not going to have anything in their pockets. They wanted the security of a relationship. They're not going to have any relationship until they fix this. And the first way that they fix it is by no longer speaking destruction over other people. They need to stop that. If they don't know what to say, don't say anything. Summer. Something significant is going to happen with this situation in the summertime. I'm getting that for all beings that were spoken against, whoever it was that this Queen of Swords used her spells against, those individuals are going to experience so much love, so much happiness. And they're going to be nurtured and protected by nature. So your surroundings are going to be comforted with the vibe of love. You're going to feel love around you. That's what's coming through, like with this self-love, the roses around them. You're going to be surrounded by and protected by nature. Nature is protecting you. You're going to see evidence of this in the summertime. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Patience. Yes. Yes. And this is a reminder for me as well, 4949 on the timer, to be patient with karmic beings. who continue to align with karmic timelines. It is my hope that they align with the divine guidance that they have already received to stop with their evil, to stop with their manipulation, and to align with divine truth. Also, as you, whatever negative words were spoken against you, or if this was your child, be patient with your child. If they were experiencing any setbacks, you know, ask them if there was anything negative that they were experiencing that they need to talk about. I know that you're a loving parent. If you are a parent, you are a loving, kind, divine parent. And if this was this Ice Queen's child that they were speaking against, if this person is in your community, you can ask for divine blessings for the children in your community. Divine protection for the children in your community. If this is someone, maybe this is a work environment. Maybe you're a teacher and you know of a parent who is working against their child. Maybe this is someone in your family and they were working against their own child. This could have even been your parent that was speaking against you. Perhaps you were the child. Have patience with yourself. Have patience with everyone involved in this situation, because to remain angry does no one any good. It's a necessary part of the process, but to remain in that angry state, it just hurts us. We have to release it, and we have to grow from that place. Because all of these experiences, as negative and as ugly and as hideous and nefarious as they are here for our awakening. Okay, wherever I put that card, they're here to help us awaken. Okay, anything else, Spirit, that we need to know? Love. Know that you are loved. Know that the children around you, the children in your community and your work environment, they are loved. And you can channel that healing energy to them. What came through with your healing gifts at the beginning of the reading, you can use those gifts to channel divine healing to this situation. You can receive it for yourself if you were spoken against or they did work against you in this situation, or if there's someone that you know, you can quiet your mind and channel divine love and divine healing to that person. And that helps so much, because those of us who are on a path of healing, it's so easy sometimes to get triggered by the hideous evil that we see in the world, but it is all here to help us transform and to help us tap into our gifts. It's not here so that we can just sit around and be mad. There is something that you and I can do about this. And it starts with connecting with the divine. Okay? Ashe. I think we're going to leave it there, beautiful being. It feels right. And I just want you to know that you are such a beautiful, this is what I'm going to tell you. You are created in the image of God, Goddess, and the energy that you radiate is so beautiful, and it's so necessary here on this earth. And when a reading comes through like this, it's very clear as to why beautiful beings like you are here on this earth. So, I speak strength to you and divine love, divine empowerment, and protection. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I wish you peace, joy, and so many blessings. Take care.